Got the love magic.
Hello, and welcome to Paranormal World Investigators Research Division, shortened PWIRD. I'm a practicing white witch and shaman, and I have been investigating for over 20 years. This channel is made to talk about all things paranormal, supernatural, the occult, demonic information, UFOs, and much more of the strange and the unknown. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to see more of this channel. And we will see you very soon. Thank you.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Paranormal World Investigators Research Division /PWI. There is myself and Drew. It is Friday evening, and tonight's show is where we're going to be interviewing our special guest. And tonight's special guest is my lovely Pups. And for anyone that doesn't know, Danny from Chasing Bones and Specters. Obviously, my sister Drew's here as well. So let's not leave him in the bottom any longer. Let's bring him up. And lots of love and light to you all.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
It's Uncle Danny.
Right, so tonight's show, guys, as you know, is we're doing the interview to Pups. Danny, for anyone that doesn't know, but I'm sure all of you know him on here. We're going to be doing some questions, asking him about his career in the paranormal and in the strange and the unknown. We'll have a little chit chat as well, because we do like to have a little chat and talk to everybody and see how everybody is. So we're going to be doing that. Drew will probably drop in and ask a few things as well. Guys, you know the routine. If you've got any questions for my Pups that you want to ask him, please feel free to do so. I do ask as well also that you will put out and share, please, guys, so people know that we are on. I'm going to do that quickly while we are waiting as well. So while we are doing that, Pups, why don't you introduce yourself to the guys and give them a little bit of information about who you are, what you do, for any newcomers, while I share out and get sorted.
Hi, I'm Danny from Chasing Bones and Specters. Worked in the paranormal for years and years and years. And a few years ago, I started this channel. Basically, because kids wanted to do something, and I like to relax by doing investigations. So that's about it. That's what I did.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm just going in, so I've actually got the video up so I can see what you guys are writing. Again, as I said, please share out, guys. Let everybody know that we are on so that they know.
Share it out on Twat, sis.
Yeah, anywhere, here, there, and everywhere, as they would say.
All
I do
platforms, please,
apologise as well,
guys.
guys, for the bit of the late start. I was having some technical
Hey,
problems,
midnight.
and then I don't know what's going on. There's some strange stuff going on at the minute. And I do apologise if I get a bit tongue twisted as well. So,
Yep, just sharing it,
I
sis.
have been looking forward to this and interviewing my pups again and having him up. And he's been doing some very interesting stuff recently, going off to some investigations on his own. So it'll be really good to talk to him about that as well.
Yes, meeting new teams as well, Uncle Danny,
And
I saw.
teams, he's been meeting up with people. Yep. So that it's really, really good. So we've got lots of new stuff to talk to him about.
Really good. It was quite an interesting place you went as well.
Right, you're shared out. Yep.
That's
Right.
your
So
all
what I'm going to
as
do
well. Remember,
is
hit the like, guys, please, and show a bit of support. Thanks. A lot of people forget that wee part. It just helps the algorithms with YouTube, doesn't it?
exactly, it does. So I've got a little list here of some questions that I'm going to ask and go by. How are you all?
Hi, everybody. How you going?
Midnight,
Welcome,
Strange
everybody.
Land. Strange Land looks like a new person. Hello,
Welcome to the strange land.
Lou. Hello,
Hello,
brother.
Strange Land. How you going?
Welcome to our
Oh, Pups
family
knows you.
stream. I hope you
Iron Horse. Hello,
enjoy.
Iron Horse. Welcome.
Hello, Aaron.
I'm going to make you blue. Oh, it doesn't give you that option. That's weird.
Maybe because they're no subscribers, sis. Would you, if you
Probably
subscribe, you
that.
can go blue, guys. You need to subscribe
Hello,
first.
ODSD brother. Jacqueline, everybody. I will shout you out in a little bit.
Yep.
Let's go over and start asking these questions to Pups. So obviously the first question I'm going to ask you, Pups, is what made you start your paranormal YouTube channel? What made you want to get to reach out to others and show them what you do?
Actually, it was my kids that wanted to do some paranormal stuff and do some explorations on YouTube. So they said to me one day, Dad, let's start a paranormal channel on YouTube. And I said, what? And they said, well, do a paranormal channel. I said, what are we going to call it? Chasing Bones and Specters? And they went, yes, yes, that's what we call it. You know, and it was just mainly because they wanted to go out, but they didn't want. They wanted me there just in case they came across something nasty, you know, for the first while. But then after 2 or 3 years, I'm the only one still here. They got other things, you know, as kids grow and do stuff, they always get involved in other stuff. So for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been pretty much doing everything myself, which is fine. I'm happy with that.
That's
They must
awesome.
have saw the potential in you and just pushed you that little step you needed. They still go out with you, though. I've seen a couple of your sons go out with you still, though, do they not?
Once in a blue moon. Every now and then, one of them will want to go do something. So then, you know, of course, I'm going to say, yeah, let's go. You know, but for the most part, no, it's just usually me. So I've been going different places and doing different things, and you know,
Doing his thing that he does very well on his own.
Yes.
So
And what we will be doing, guys, is sorry, sis. What we will be doing, guys, is in the Monday stream, I'm going to get Uncle Danny to help you maybe figure out some protection and things when you do go to these places as well. So remember, tune in on Mondays for that. Okay. Just as a quick side note before I forget.
yeah, that's cool. Question number 2. When was your first experience with the spirit?
my first experience with the spirit. I don't know. I was pretty young, about maybe 3 or 4, and we're at home, you know, and we used to have just basically the big room fireplace to warm the place, and I was really young, and I was watching the fire, and I was really getting into the flames, you see. So I started walking or crawling or whatever it was, like wobbling more like it towards the stove because I wanted to get closer to the fire. And my great grandmother, who I never met, she come in between me and the fireplace. Says, "No, no, sweetheart, you can't go. It's too hot. You burn yourself." And walked me back to my little chair that I had. And not that anyone else seen, but they heard me talking to my great grandmother. And I says, "Well, why is that, granddaddy? You know, oh, you can't. It's because it's hot, nanny." Yeah, because and I went back to sit on my little chair thingy, and my nana and everybody was like, "Holy crap," because they realized I was talking to her mother, and just the way I was talking, they didn't hear. They only heard my side of the conversation, but it was enough that they knew exactly who I was talking to or what she was talking about, and that was probably the very first one. I know it's the only one the earliest one I can remember, anyway.
That's awesome, and it's good when it's a loved one as well. It's really good. Like with me, it was Aura. Aura was my first one I remember seeing, and I was 5 years old. And I remember just putting my hand out to her, and she puts her hand out, and we've been inseparable ever since. That's all I can say.
Hey, werewolf! Hey, Eli, that boy ain't right.
Hello, guys. Lots of love. Welcome to the room. So, question number 3. Could you tell people what methods of protection you use when you're going out on investigations?
Yeah. Well, I use my own necklace. I have a shaman stone that I use. I have a white wolf totem that I use, and archangels. Those are kind of like the necklaces sort of things that I use. But I bring my gopher bag with me, which is a very strong protection bag. I bring, well, of course, Astro and Shakara and whoever else decides to come with me. I'm never really alone when I go on a outing. Yeah, and I'll bring stuff for the spirits. So not only do I bring protections, but I bring healing potion for the spirit world, right? So the spirits get something out of it as well.
Yeah. And that is really important. Yeah, it's really good to make sure you've got your protection side behind you, but it is very good to take things that are very respectful to the spirits as well and can help the spirits, because that is very important, especially when you're investigating, because they are obviously the main subject of why you're investigating. So it is important to do things like offerings and so on like that. It's very important. Question number 4. What is your favorite piece of paranormal equipment that you use?
We know you love coffee,
Really?
Uncle Danny.
What's that?
We know you love coffee. You don't need to show us your
Oh, I
coffee.
was just showing you my girlfriend, my coffee. But I don't really have a favorite piece of equipment per se. I mean, I have favorite equipment that I like to use so others can see what I already see, and others can hear what I already, like the Raptor box. I love my Raptor box. Me and the spirits, we razz the crap out of each other. We have a good time. I always have good conversations with my Raptor box, so I like that. Mainly for other people.
Yeah.
It's mainly like I can already hear them. It's mainly so other people can hear too. So that's one of my favorites. I like using my dowsing rods, my pendulums, a lot of old school things, and my trigger objects. Obviously, I love trigger objects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like to set them up and be far, far away and just leave them alone, see what happens.
I must admit, Uncle Danny, you've got the most amazing trigger objects I've ever seen. With the wee ducks. What was it? The wee ducks.
Wee ducks, flashing skull things, whatever it was that he had. There's so many different things that he's got. It's unbelievable. And he always gets some really good hits on them as well. And they're really, really good because the kids in that seem to really love interacting with them and the other spirits as well. And they're not hard. to get either, and he's kind of made some of them, and he's bought bits and put them together. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
I'll
I
share these
can't,
with you guys,
I
and you'll
can't
go
wait
to
to use my newest ones. Hang on, I'll grab it and show you my newest little thing I'm
Oh
working.
yeah, we'd love that.
Yeah, definitely. The wee chickens was the most funniest though. When I seen the wee chickens, I think he took them to the big school place.
Oh yeah, they were so cute when he done them on
Hilarious.
the table.
Oh,
It was
guys,
just
you
so
need to
cute.
check it
And he
out.
made
Honestly,
that funny thing out of it, didn't he? He put them all in the line and made it look like they were nicking the panda bear thing that he had. It was so funny. I was laughing when I said that.
It just shows you though that you don't have to go there and spend £50 on each trigger object. You know, the simplest wee things.
You don't. I've been
Yeah,
saying
no,
on our
all
show,
my-
isn't it, that you don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds to get good evidence. Just good bits that work and away with it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, all my stuff comes from the dollar store or the thrift store, or I'll have something kicking around the house, and I think, well, if I strip this down, I can use it for this and that. All my trigger objects are cost like $2 to make, if that.
Yeah,
It's brilliant. Well, there's still
We've
being
got some amazing bits.
This is my ghost tool. So basically, the spirits can move them like that. They got a good spring on them, so they can move around. You see, and also I have a little light system that I hooked onto it, but it's not hooked up on this one at the minute.
Yeah.
So there's my specters, and here's my bones, chasing bones and specters. See?
The spirits love them though. Don't
So
they?
the spirits can do this and that. But see, if the spirits just put a little wee bit of pressure on it,
Right.
okay, I got it so they light up now, eh?
Right. That would be brilliant to watch that.
They are
honestly.
really, really cool
Great.
bits. Very cool gadgets.
So yeah, that's my thing. I'm making a whole bunch of little like REM pods and stuff that once I get them all made, I'm gonna show everybody how to make them. I think it costs about $1.15 for a REM pod, right?
Wow, that is
Exactly.
amazing.
A lot cheaper than what we would pay.
Yeah. So I'll be making those next and putting them up.
Crazy.
They are cool, Jacqueline. I agree.
Basically, all you need is to make them is a little container to put the battery in, and you need a LED light. That's it. That's the whole product. That's everything.
They are amazing, guys.
A fortune as well, aren't they? They're making a fortune getting little fancy boxes and a couple of lights and putting them out for £200.
Yeah, I made a REM pod with an antenna and all the other stuff a few years ago, and I tossed it. I'll make some more, but basically I just had a margarine container, 2 batteries, and 3 LED lights, and an antenna from old radio, and I just put a hole in the margarine jars, pulled the antenna through it, hooked up the wires. That was it. Went out, poof. Oh yeah, it works great. So.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be really expensive equipment, and you can use household bits and stuff like that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yes, I am, Strangeland.
My favourite one, I must admit, though, was the paper Uncle Danny. Do you remember you shared the paper on the line? You put a line up and put about 4 different bits of plain A4 paper. And it worked!
Yeah. A lot of times people think you got to do stuff. See, but you got to remember, I've been doing this stuff 53 years now, right? So we never had any of this electronics or anything like that when I started. So a lot of times I'd crumple up a piece of paper, put some tape around it, put some string, and hang 3 of them in a doorway. So I got a little paper ball, eh? And then if one of the balls moved, the other 2 are staying perfectly still, and one of them goes zoof. Well, okay, what the hell went through there? Something obviously moved that ball, right? So, I mean, it was things like that we've always do, kind of like hundreds of silly things like that, and they work. So
they definitely work. I was amazed. Still on lots of things.
People, can I also ask you to just put in Pups' channel, please, into the room?
I've shared it, sis. I'll share it again, guys, right? For
anyone new comes in, they can get him then, because he's an awesome guy. And as he said, he's been in the paranormal for 53 years almost, or is, and coming into the 54th year.
March 15th. This coming March 15th will be my actual 53 years of working on the paranormal.
Wow. And we all do look
a
up,
long
everybody
time.
that's in the room, we do actually look up to Danny a lot. There's a lot of us that look up to Danny to get our spirituality to a certain place where we are comfortable at ghost hunting and things, guys. And it's not just about the ghost hunting with Danny. I call him Uncle Danny. It's actually about the spirituality as well, and getting to a level where you can ghost hunt safely and confidently and things.
Thank you, Midnight. I've been watching some of your stuff, Midnight. I'm impressed what you're doing. Keep it up.
Midnight is an awesome guy, and
No,
he is
keep
who
watching.
I interviewed last week.
I'm gonna keep watching. I'm very impressed so far with everything I've seen. So
He's been with me a long time.
Mhm.
One of my favourites. Right, question number 5. What is your most rememberable investigation that you have done? And you've done many.
Yeah. Well, from the paranormal side, just from Jason Bones Inspector side, there's a couple of me, but I think when we ran into the Wendigo, I think that was kind of memorable. Wasn't exactly something we were expecting, but hey, it happens. We were doing solo things in this one area, and Blaine, who's he's studied and he's been involved in all this kind of stuff too for his entire life as well, right? So we went to this one spot, and it was really weird because he never heard nothing, never saw nothing, never really smelled nothing, but he sensed something, because he was sitting on this one bench, and then he's sitting, and all of a sudden he's like, looks up and he turns his camera and he's looking, but he doesn't see or hear a damn thing, right? But on the camera, you see a man. It's a shadow of a man that then bends over and turns into a bear, and then starts growling and walks away, right? And he actually caught it on camera, but never heard a damn thing or seen a damn thing while we were there, right?
Oh.
We got home, and we were watching each other's thing, and we're like, holy crap. And the best part was when he was walking away from the area, he says, I feel like I'm not alone. There's something here that's not human, right? And sure enough, when we went back and double checked everything, we did see. So I guess that was probably one of the most memorable ones.
I would don't
I
expect
think it is as well, seeing a spirit going from one form to another. Like, it is amazing when you see them do that. And believe it or not, they're not all human spirits, so they can do amazing things. And Pups, I can guarantee you have seen many.
I've seen quite a few things, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
So
people
question...
don't... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Carry on. No, carry on, Pups, it's your show.
Okay, I was going to say, people don't realize it's not, see, it's not just from working in the, the paranormal on here and stuff. I've been working for a long time. And through the years, I've had a lot of people, and I've worked a lot of cases. And funny, always cracks me up is somebody will be looking up a case. And I've had people message me and say, wait a minute, were you the one they're talking about in this case? Were you the one you're talking about in that case? And I just tell them I can't remember, I don't remember. But
yeah.
a lot of people when they do stuff. But a lot of these also people had told me long before I started a YouTube channel, you should start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel. And I'm like, why? There's no point to it, right? And it's funny that it's like what Drew said. If it wasn't for the kids pushing me, I would never have started a YouTube channel. The only reason I did this really was because they wanted to. So, like Drew said, if they didn't push for me to have this channel, I wouldn't be here.
Exactly. So thank you to brothers and sisters for doing that, because that,
Thank
we've
you,
got
cousins.
I've got my Pups, Drew's got her uncle, and you guys have got your Danny, or whatever you call him, because he's got many
Well,
names that we all call him.
Yep. When I
Yeah,
was researching for the other company that I was with, Danny's name came up, his real name, and I'm thinking, I know that name. Whose name is that? And then I clicked it. It was Uncle Danny. So his name is definitely well known with people in the field.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For
There
sure.
is no doubt about that at all.
Yep.
Everybody knows his name, and there are new people coming over, and I'm sure they're going to be exactly the same.
I mean, Uncle Danny, were you one of the first demonologists as such then? Like, that researched like that side of the field? Wasn't it just
Well,
like...
Ed, my buddy Ed was he was a good friend of mine. I'm not going to say too much about him, but he was a very
No, I
good
don't.
demonologist. And yeah, he really did a lot of research. All my studies, I never opened up a book.
Mhm.
I've never read a book. I've got severe dyslexia. I don't give a crap about the books. I hear it from the spirits, and the spirits tell me stuff, and everything I've learned is from experience, from doing it, and from the spirits. You know, and I of course have had my totems and my elders that taught me, right? So everything that I know was handed down through the generations, and it was also by actually experiencing the stuff, right?
Yeah,
So where to say I was a demonologist, studied it, no, I ran across it,
Right.
a bunch of them, you know, and choke slam their ass back to hell or whatever, you know. You know, I've had some very scary, very bad. You know, I've been hospitalized and stuff, you know, but at the end of the day, I got the job done, and that's all that mattered to me, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've
Yeah,
had
'cause I
some
was just
amazing people that
like
you've
all the
worked with.
years ago. I mean, all the years ago, if you mentioned paranormal and things, you didn't get received as well as you do these days. I mean, I tell people what I do, and they're like, "Oh, do you? That's exciting!" But way back then, it was hush hush, wasn't it?
I was put in asylum 3 times because of what I do.
Yeah,
You know, someone broke into my house. Couple of police with a few orderlies and doctors. I get slammed on the floor, put into a "I love me" jacket, and away I go. You know, there was 3 or 4 times where I was basically incarcerated because of my beliefs. Right now, thank goodness, paranormal, ghost, spirits, they're kitchen table words. People sitting at the table eating supper, and they're talking about this stuff.
Yes.
Right?
yeah,
When I was back there with the old crew, with the old guards, when we were about, you couldn't say anything like that. We used to have meetings, and we used to have like we put a tape on a window with an X and a line through the middle, or we do whatever, you know, and that would just show that it was a safe place to talk. Not necessarily there was anything going on, or there was no meetings, but it was just like if you had if you taped your window like it looked like it was broken and you're trying to hold the glass in place, right? It
yeah,
meant to the other people in the field that was a safe house. So if they're chased because of their beliefs or whatever, you could run into that house and lock the door behind you, you know. So
it's
that's
more normalised now. I agree, Ian. It was back in Pups' day. It was a very hush hush thing. You didn't talk about it, and if you did, like Pups said, you would end up in the hospital and being told that you're going crazy, and you're, you know.
You know,
So what did people do for help then? How did they contact you way back then, Uncle Danny?
Right? It all whispers, right? One person tells someone who knows that they know somebody, and then somebody would know somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
I've done cases where there was a very terrible area, very terrible case or whatever, and I helped the family out and everything else, and they're all grateful and thank you and thank you. Then the next day, I'd be walking down one of the main streets, like Cumberland Street. I'd be walking down the sidewalk, and this family that I helped 24 hours ago would be walking towards me. They'd see me and cross the street because they didn't want to be associated with me. So I was okay to go to their house and help them, but I'm not okay to say hi to in the street. Right?
Was that in case you maybe spoke about it and they didn't want people hearing and things?
Exactly. Exactly. Nobody wanted to talk about it back then, you know.
Right.
Now I'm sure like nowadays, if I see someone I've helped, a lot of them will say hi. There
Yeah.
are still some that, as soon as they'll see me, they'll turn and walk away. Because they just don't want anything to do with it. So
It is a bit of a
Yeah.
taboo subject, isn't it? I mean, sometimes these days, even when you say to people about the paranormal thing, they look at you. But I find nowadays that it's more on the positive side than it is like the negative side.
yeah, well, compared to when I started, it's we're in paradise now.
Yeah, people are more
And
curious.
in
I think.
comparison to what it was, holy
Yeah,
crap!
yeah,
This is
Don't
the
worry, Jacqueline Angel. It's not that long started. You've not missed very much. We were just about to go on question 6, Pups, just explaining about how
Hi, Cindy.
it's different,
yeah.
like
How
now to when he was younger and things. And it is, like he's saying as well, we do still have some people that are a bit funny about it and don't like to talk about it and think that you're crazy and everything else.
yeah.
But it is more accepted these days.
Yeah,
I,
it's a lot different now.
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree. So question number 6 is there any YouTubers channels that you look up to and that you find inspirational?
Actually, there's lots and lots and lots of channels. You know, um, I'm one of these guys. I'll watch a channel for 6, 7 months before I'll say anything. I want to make sure what I'm watching. But there are so many different channels and so many different people. Everybody's inspiring because everybody does things differently. There's not two investigators that do things the same way.
Mm-mm.
And like you and Drew, obviously, are very inspiring. Lou's inspiring. There's a lot of people that keep me going because I want to watch them and I want to help them grow and learn stuff too. Right? So I'm inspired to keep going. I was going to retire 3 or 4 years ago, but my daughter and my niece and everybody said, "Well, no, you got to teach us shit." So I couldn't retire. You know,
You're just too good. We can't let you go. And everybody else feels exactly the same way. Even though we really
yes.
supported you with what you've done, this community wouldn't be the same without you. We're used to
No.
having you here. We're used to learning from you. And, that's why everybody calls you the Paranormal King. He don't like being called that. The spirits even tell him that. And he still will fight it and go, no, I'm not. And the spirits are like, yes, you are. And he is in my eyes, but he's my pups. I've even got a video on my YouTube where I'm calling him the Paranormal King. So there you go.
I think it's just because we've never really met anybody like Uncle Danny before, because you speak to paranormal investigators and things and they don't know as much. I think it's because you've been in the field so
He's an
long, Uncle Danny.
inspiration. He
Before.
inspires you because he's different.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
like your everyday normal.
Because you're willing to help. Oh, did you hear that? Because you're
I
willing
see
to
something go,
help.
I see something go past me, and then I swear I just seen it go past my screen bit as well. There
I
was
thought I
like
heard a wee bit of a
that
whoosh.
went really quick
Uh-huh.
and a weird noise.
I don't even know what I was saying. You
Thank
want
He
to
you.
is
help us with
he is different
spirituality
to
as
other
well, perhaps.
investigators because he's not just an investigator. He's a
That's right.
shaman, and
Mhm.
he does his work on the outside as well, which is helping people to get rid of negative energies and stuff. That has been his job for many, many years. As he said, it was only 6, 7 years ago that his children actually let him know that what he actually is an investigator, and he didn't even know what that was.
Clue.
He was
You
like, what?
actually learned me to connect to spirit. I was talking to spirits and things like through the box and things like that. And then Uncle Danny started like wee mini lessons away back, and I think it was December or January or something, didn't you?
That's
And it
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
until after I took
He's
the lessons that I started to really feel like the way to connect and how to sustain the connection and how to call upon the connection. Because
It
everything is
reaches
one.
out.
We're all connected.
He reaches
Yeah.
out to the community. He keeps the community together and teaches and learns us, and that's what I like as well.
Yeah.
It's not just investigations, watching him and getting on with it. He does a lot of things to make sure
Yeah.
we're following in a good path and a good footstep as well. And he is absolutely amazing. There's nobody
Yeah.
like my pups,
Thanks.
as I always say, and I mean that.
Me too.
Number 7 is, did any of the YouTube channels inspire you to who you are today? Not really, is it? Like, to be honest, it was your family and yourself, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, people inspire you in a lot of different ways, you know. Um, One example is you, right? When you were going through all that hardship and all that hard time, and me and you sat down and I talked with you, and I told you
Sorry, sis.
how much I love you and everything else, right? And you fought tooth and nail to get back to you. You fought like hell. I've never seen anyone with that much determination to get back to who you should be. And if that doesn't inspire you, nothing will, you know?
And I did, honestly, I did. I went a bit off the rails, not from my own fault. I was going through a lot,
No,
as Bob
no,
said,
no.
but I was in a very bad place, and it was really good to know that he was there and he pulled me out of that rut. I'm not going through a very good place again at the minute, and had a bit of a meltdown and stuff like that. But Pups, as usual, gets his foot out, kicks you up the bum, and's like, "Come on, you know that you're meant to be here, and you're meant to do this, and you're meant to do that, and you've been chosen." And it's like, okay. You don't argue with him, because if you argue with him, Astro's going to come over and just kick my ass or burn me like he always does. So I just and my mum, Shakira as well. She comes
Oh dear.
as well with revenge, and Aura just glares at me like are you silly or something. It's like,
Yeah, but
I'm
just
not even going to
just
fight.
remember, inspiration comes from all different things. And like I say, the determination and the fight that you put into getting back, that's inspiring to everybody.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
Thank you,
Mhm.
Pups.
and
And I,
It would
I, I
be
am
so
proud of
easy
myself
just
for
to
doing
curl up
that.
in a ball sometimes.
you know,
And I am happy that I've done that. I have my moments. I still go and do certain lives, and I will say how I feel, but I don't do
yeah.
that anymore. I don't get angry. I made a promise to a lot of people, but my pups and the spirits.
And same with you, Drew. Like the first couple times at the Greyfriars, you were scared shitless, right?
Yeah, I was
But,
really eerie until I
but
get
you
used to the
really
energy.
wanted to try to find a connection. You really wanted to try to talk to your buddy, and you
Yeah,
managed. Okay, so now here's another thought. Okay, you managed to get communication and actually build a friendship with a spirit that everybody's terrified of and everybody runs
Yeah,
from. Everybody says is nasty. Who is Mr. McKenzie?
yeah.
Huh? Okay, holy crap! Think about that. 10,000 investigators before you go there get scratched, kicked, burned, pushed, told to F off, everything else. You go there and it said, "Hey, Drew, how are you?"
Yeah, I think he appreciated me being nice. I wasn't interested in the
that's
what
what I was
in
going to say. Your
the bad
temperament.
side. I was wanted to hear his story, how he actually got that position in life. I
Yeah,
said to him, Mr. Mackenzie, you couldn't have been all bad to get where you were in life. So
right
I
now.
think he
It's
kind of
from a ginger.
appreciated that.
And that's what I love about Sister Drew as well. Yeah. And I do like the whole Mr. Mackenzie thing because, as she was explaining, she would ask him why did you used to scratch and whatever, and he'd go, because they would ask me to. So it's not
Yeah,
the fact that he's nasty or anything like that. Yes, so he's done things, but he's done good things as well. You know what I mean? He's a human
yeah,
being, a father, whatever, like she's always said. But
But again,
a
that's
lot of his
great,
reactions were due to them asking him to do that, and then
yeah.
they put a
What to
name on him.
do?
And you've got to remember that not every spirit is the way that people make them out to be. You've got to get to know them yourself. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
I
she's an
wanted to
inspiration
connect to
herself.
him on a human level. I didn't want to know why he did what he did to the Covenanters and things. He actually told me that he was following orders, which is true. He was the king's lackey, if you like. So he was
Yeah,
just following
he had to do
orders.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to connect to him as a human, and I think he appreciated that, to be honest.
I think you did too. Hey, Ginger.
Oh, he
Hey,
definitely does, because he
Jennifer.
still communicates with you, and
Oh,
he's always
yeah.
wanting you to come back, and he'll come over your
Yeah.
spirit box, and you
He
know,
knows I'll be back. He
yeah, oh
hears
yeah,
me. He knows I'm trying,
definitely.
so he does.
Okay,
he's a-
number 8 is, I know that you've had recently some collabs, but who would you like to collab with off of YouTube in the future?
Mm. Oh man, there are a lot of people. Obviously, you guys when I get over there next year. Well, either next year or the following summer, obviously. But what the paranormal for sure. I mean, I got to get down. Boomer wants me to do something with him, so I'll do something with Boomer. There's Explore the Paranormal. That's another one. There's a lot of people that I really would like to.
So
Like,
there is a lot of inspirational people you want to go out with.
yeah, there's a whole bunch of people that I just love to go hang out with. You know, obviously Lou and I mean, wow, that's a big list.
There is a big list, and I'm not asking you to say everybody because we'd probably be here all night. But
Yeah, but I mean,
there are a lot of people that he wants to collab with, and with me, you're saying yep when you come over here, but there may be a possibility that I'm in the USA by then.
yeah. So who knows?
So,
But sooner or later, it's going to happen. So that's all I worry about. You know, it's definitely going to happen.
Number 9. Do you have any spiritual abilities to connect to the spirit realm? I'm just following the question list.
Yeah, I thought that's this.
That's why I laughed and went, I'm asking my pups if he's got any abilities.
I'm just a spirit walker. I mean, whatever the spirits want to talk to me or want me to do something or want me to see something, they show me. So, you know, I'm just, you know, I feel things, I see things, I hear things, and basically the spirits, you know, whatever I need to know, they're going to tell me. So it basically boils down to that, really.
Yeah. So and everybody knows he's got abilities, and that, you know, like I'm just following the list because it's just so much easier for me than trying to do everything from the top of my head. And you know, when I read it, that's why I just made that kind of laugh and was like, why am I asking him if he's got spiritual abilities when I know he has? And Iron Horse, I hope that you feel a little bit better, darling, and lots of love and light.
Oh, I hope you're feeling better soon.
She's saying she's feeling a bit jet lagged.
Oh dear. Can I ask a question, Sister Sherry?
Of course, I said to you that you can ask some questions, of course.
What inspired you to do the Grove, Uncle Danny?
Good question.
That is a really good question. The grove that I always use is very close to where you are. Actually, my grove that I used for years. But here, I didn't really have a grove that I belonged to here. Right. So I needed something to ground myself with. Having my grove here, and it's something I've wanted for years and years, was to have my grove on my own property.
Okay.
And then I seen so much pain, suffering, people being, you know, out of energy, and people wishing for a place for meditation, and so much of this going on in our community that I thought, hey, what the hell? Get off my ass and get it done, you know?
Right.
And then I started planting trees for everyone that would use the grove and become part of the grove, become part of the system, you know. There's so much to a grove, you know, that it's until you become part of it or until you start to use it, you know, you'll never understand it, right? But if you accept it and you see it for what it is and you allow it to energize you, you're going to feel the energy. It'll knock you on your butt, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing about the grove, it's always going to be growing and changing, right?
Yep.
So the deities that are there forever. There are deities, you know. Now, not every deity belongs to everybody, but there's a deity for everyone, right? And as time goes on, little bits in here are going to change this and that, like the representation of them. is going to change a little bit as I get more and more stuff together and things like that. But it's a working growth. So, I mean, I'm happy with it.
And it's an inspirational place as well. The energy, the way it makes you feel, absolutely beautiful. I've had to use
Yeah.
that a number of times, especially recently with the way I've been feeling. I've been feeling really washed out and just not feeling very good and feeling unwell and just not there properly. And the grove
Mhm.
has been helping. And not just when you've got problems, but it's just so beautiful to be there, just to visit and to see the other elements and to see the other spirits. And it is a godsend, seriously. And
Thank you.
it,
See,
it's
whenever
such an
I'm
honour
there
to
and I
be
let
in Grove
sometimes
as
my
well
mind,
and have an area in that grove.
yeah, you hear the birds singing, everything. It's crazy. I mean,
That as
even
well.
though you're only putting your mind to that place, you can hear the birds and things. It's crazy.
So
It actually,
beautiful.
you do actually spiritually go there. I believe. I honestly do believe we've got a
Hello,
connection
Luna.
to the glow. I
How are you,
honestly
sis?
do. Hey, Luna.
Yeah, we do. Like you can go, like you go there spiritually, don't you? You like your
Yeah,
spirit goes there, and it's just
yeah, it's really good. I would advise you
it's
all to
really
actually
hard
watch
to
the
explain it.
playlist.
You've got to
Yep.
actually go there to feel and to understand what we're trying to say. But
What I'll do
wow,
is I'll share Danny's channel again, guys, and I would really would advise you to watch the playlist that he's done of the Grove building it because it's amazing. How
Hi, Mary. Thanks, Abby.
I've
hello.
shared the link, guys. Welcome everybody.
I love the Grove, and I meditate there a lot. The energy is
Yeah.
amazing, and I have seen it not in Siberia, but in a great forest stretching for miles, and the trees have become
Wow.
ancient.
Yeah,
That is
that's
awesome.
great, Eva. So
So
your
it's
mind's
bringing you to the
expanding in the
future and
Grove.
showing you
Yeah.
what's going to be like in years' times.
Right.
That's so
Amazing.
cool.
That's amazing you can do that, Evie, honestly. It's
Question number
great.
10 is, what is your most scariest experience that you've had when you've done an investigation?
Ooh.
Um, Jump scares. I mean, when you're not expecting anything and when it's dead quiet and something just poof, or
Yeah.
something thrown at you. Um, Good thing I wear brown pants because I'd shit myself. There are things like that.
I
It's
was expecting you to say the time I get through down the stairs or out the window with a demon, but
Yeah,
no,
no,
that's
jump
what I
scare.
thought.
I have been thrown out of 14 windows,
Oh
probably down
God.
about 115 stairs. Like that's commonplace because of my work, right? That kind of stuff. Being thrown through a wall. I've had that happen about 8 or 9 times. I've had right here. I don't know. Right there. That bone came out and was standing straight up there. I
Wow.
was holding someone who was taking over. I was holding them down, and this bone in my arm just went. There was
Oh.
nothing touching it,
Sounds like
nothing
a
at
villain.
all, and basically broke my arm, and the bone came right out of the skin. Right, that hurt. Right, so
Oh, wow.
and that that was very scary. That was very shocking. Right,
Yeah.
so but it's an everyday thing on my.
Yeah. Hazards
Right?
of the job.
It's
It's a
things that
hazard of
you
the
have to
job.
be prepared for.
I've had my legs broken, my ribs broken. I've had a crack on my head. I had my eye split open right there
Why do we want to be paranormal investigators again?
because it's fun.
Because it's fun, it's an adrenaline rush,
Yeah.
and
You
because we're
just reminded
nuts,
us.
but
But see,
in a good
that's
way.
the thing, though. That's
In a,
the job, right?
Yeah.
That's the job. Now, when I'm out paranormal investigating, it's as goofy as this sounds. Hanging out with the spirits, doing investigations is how I relax.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That is.
I got to do it during the daytime, but when I'm investigating, it's me, the spirits, and whatever's going on, and I don't have to worry about nothing. I'm not there to fix anything. I'm there to
Yeah.
collect evidence, enjoy myself, enjoy the spirits. Okay. Saying that, I'm not expecting anything to happen, right? So I might be sitting there and something gets thrown at me. I'm going to jump. I'm going to start. I'm going to be startled because it's dead quiet, and all of a sudden, what the hell was that, right? So I get scared more doing investigations than I do my work because I expect this shit from work, right? So I'm not half as scared at work. When I got thrown out of a 3-story window, part of the job, I knew it was going to happen sooner or later, right? Big whoopie doo, right? But when I was doing an investigation and a doll sitting on a shelf went like this, I ran out of the room and pooped my pants. It scared the living shit out of me, right? Because I wasn't expecting that, right? I wasn't expecting to be doing an investigation, having a good time, and have some friggin' doll decide to turn and look at me, And it's
Yeah.
not a mechanical doll. It's just a regular damn doll, right? And that startled the crap out of me too, right? So I get scared. Like I say, I get scared more on my fun times than I do on the job.
Paranormal Mountain.
Yeah, definitely. You have to check out his channel. It's
Cool.
great.
Cool.
Cindy says, I bet the spirits get a good laugh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you better believe it. They get a really good laugh at trying to scare me. I get a good laugh scaring them back if I can, But with me, it's all in fun. We always have, always the utmost respect. They give me the utmost respect 99% of the time. I give it right back to them 99% of the time. I don't.
It's usually the spirits that get cheeky or something first, isn't it?
It's usually they get cheeky, so I get cheeky. I get one investigation. I said, "How did you pass? How'd you pass?" Right? The spirit comes over in the raptor box, playing his name, made me laugh. He said, "Well, how do you think? I stopped breathing." I'm like, you cheeky shit.
But it's his question, isn't it? You asked him how he died. He said, gave you an answer. There, I stopped breathing.
Well, I stopped breathing. Like, well, you cheeky shit. What the hell?
And they are amusing. They do come out with some random things, and they are characters. You know what I mean? I've had times where I've been on my investigations and they've cracked me up because they've come out with things. The other day was, for instance, on there going on about my friend's cat and what it was doing and that, and I was like, oh my god, I don't believe you just said that in the room, like while I'm live. But they do. So
you have to tell the story about the week.
Strangeland is leaving. Has to go to another show. Thank you for coming in, Strangeland.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in, sweetheart. Lots of love. So, question number 11. Where do you see yourself in 5 years in the paranormal, Pups?
Sitting around a campfire with a big fat Cuban cigar and having ghost ghost dancing and stuff. I don't know. I don't see myself I see myself where I am right now.
Learning, doing your investigations, learning people, being there like you normally would do.
Yeah, and I don't see anything else. For me, it's all about my YouTubians, all about the Wolf Pack. It's all about you guys. Channel, it's the channel. Whatever's going to happen with the channel will happen with the channel. I don't give a rat's ass. Not my rocket launcher. What I do.
No, for me, this question would be more for people that have just started out. Pups has been doing this for 53 years nearly, okay? And he's probably planned the 5 years ahead many, many years ago. But I thought I'd still ask in case he had any new plans going to be coming on that we didn't know about. And,
no, I don't.
Anyone that knows Pups knows he goes with the flow and we kind of just follow behind sort of thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what's right.
That's it. I mean, a lot of stuff that happens with my channel is what you guys would like to see.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Off the head.
So a lot of it is what I see myself in 5 years is still listening to you guys and helping you guys and showing you stuff that you asked me to show you. That's what I see. That's it.
Yeah, and that's good. It's kind of good that I asked you that question because you put it out what you are going to do.
I'm here for you guys. I mean, if it wasn't for you,
you've got a good sense of what people need because last year you kind of sensed that a couple of us needed lessons. Then you kind of sensed that a couple of us was liking your songs and things, and we were loving you dedicating songs to us. So and it was really hard when we all went back into lockdown. I think that's when it was. So you kind of like sung us through, like a serenade. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like a
helped us to
lullaby
get
because it was
through the
hard.
hard time.
Yeah.
You did.
So you did songs for us and things. I don't know. It just kind of eased that a wee bit. Jet. I don't know. It was weird. It was as if you kind of sensed what was going to heal people.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah, a lot of times you know, see, it boils down to my belief that everything and everyone in the world, everything is connected from the floor to the ground outside to the trees to the road, right? Everything is connected, and once you're a part of that, you feel whatever the biggest wave is, right? So sometimes I feel a wave of everybody saying, "Oh, I just want something different," or "Oh, I wish this would." You can feel the waves coming in, and you can feel the thoughts on the waves, right?
Right.
So that's what I do. I do, like, if I feel a huge wave from the YouTube saying, "Oh, I'd like to see this or that," well, then I jump with it, right?
Right.
That's what I do, and I'm a bit like Pups there as well. That's why I do all my
Yeah.
uplifting streams, and I can sit and people can come in the room and I can pick up something's not right. I used to do it a lot for a lot of people. They'd just come in the room and I'd be like, "You're not feeling good today, are you? And something's wrong." And then they'd be like, "How do you know?" Like, I could just feel it. And they're like,
my one way to explain everything being connected. A few years ago, me and my friend were going for a drive, and we came to this one intersection, and then he started to go, and I put my hand across. I said, "Wait." As soon as I did that, this kid ran from one corner of the four-way stop, a kitty corner to the other corner, and my friend would have ran him over, right?
wow, yeah.
And my friend said, "How the hell do you know that happened?" Right? So I said, "Well, we're connected to him." Because how the hell can we be connected to him? Right? And that's when I tried to explain. I explained it to him this way. I said, "As you know, everything in the world is connected." He said, "Okay, explain it to me." I said, "Okay, we're in your car, yeah?" He goes, "Yeah, we're sitting on the seat." He goes, "Yeah, the seat's bolted to the floor." He goes, "Yeah." I says, "The floor goes along and it's bolted to the axle of your car." "Yeah, yeah." The axles are touching the tires. Tire touches the road. Road goes to the sidewalk. Road crosses the street. There's the kid's shoes standing on the sidewalk. There's the kid. We're connected.
Right.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. I do 100% because I had, not with a kid, but I had a similar experience that was with a vehicle, and I was in a car and we're driving and it's late at night, and I'm like, my friend's picked up a bit of speed in his car, and I'm like, "Slow down." And he's like, "What was wrong?" I said, "There is a lorry in front of us somewhere and there's wood on the back of it and it's swaying, and if you go too near I can see it coming off." And we're driving, and blow me, like a couple of minutes later, the lorry's there, it's swaying. This long pane of wood just come off the back of this lorry. If it'd have done what it'd done, that'd have gone through, that would have killed us.
Yeah.
And it's like, "How the hell did you know that?" I said, "I'm connected. I could feel the vibration. I could feel that the driver in the vehicle and things like that." And he was like, "Whoa," like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like, he couldn't believe it.
It's everything's connected. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is. Everything
Yes,
is one.
I believe that.
Everything.
Yeah.
Don't
Everything
have to
is
be a
still all
person. It could be a
alive,
vehicle. It could
basically.
be a tree. It could be anything. You know what I mean? So
I mean, I can get lost in thought for hours thinking about things like that. I don't know if yours are the same, but I just sit and like to me, it's meditating. For all it maybe seem like a daydream, to me, it's like it's
yeah,
the only way I can kind of meditate, and I can get lost for hours.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah, you
thinking
do.
of
You go within
all
yourself
for
and into
yeah,
into the environment, into the world. You know what I mean? You just connect to so many things.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
as if
I gotta take a 1-minute break. I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool. We would just
It's
sit
as
here
if you
and
just kind of drift, isn't it? It's as if you connect. I mean, I think I can't really meditate. Anytime I try and meditate with the lying down and the putting the tunes, I just can't do it. My brain just can't get to that stage where it slows down enough to meditate. But I do find myself daydreaming And to me, that's also like a form of meditation, because they
Daydreaming
go
is a form of
places. Yeah,
meditation, most
I
definitely.
definitely start connecting to different like zones and different wavelengths as well. It's as if I can feel things about to happen. Like sometimes I know that something round about my local area is going to happen, because I get to a place where I'm daydreaming enough that I can feel the vibration of something just not going, not something just not right. It's crazy.
And that's why I always say about meditating, like when people say, what's the best way to open, what's the best way to communicate, connect, and like meditation
Yeah,
is the best way.
yeah.
It,
Just
it clears your
relax.
mind, it
Yeah.
calms you, and it connects you to everything, um
If a lot of people
it's through
candidate that,
meditation and through all of that that you connect with your spirit guides, you connect with your guardians, you connect with
yeah.
all of them, you know what I mean?
And sometimes you don't connect there and then. I've seen myself doing that, and then maybe 10 minutes later, I'm standing just doing the dishes or something, then an idea will come into my head. And it's
Yeah, that
because
is one.
I've kind of meditated enough to slow my brain down that I can actually think of something that I need to do, if you get what I mean. Because sometimes we're kind of caught up in the day-to-day life with different things we need to do, like make the dinner, do the dishes. So if you just take that time to actually relax, try and connect, even just slow down, you do often find that you're meditating, and you haven't had to lie down and put tunes and things on.
Mhm.
I'll just sit there. I'll happily just sit on the floor or sit on a chair. Sometimes I lay down. I'll just sit there, and sometimes it does happen through going into
Yeah.
daydreaming. I'll be daydreaming, and then I go into meditation. And sometimes I can just sit there and just shut my eyes and focus
And
on the white
rejuvenate.
light and or the gold light, and
And it heals you, especially if
yeah,
you're
it
kind
does.
of you're like right now. Sister's Jerry's tired. I mean, I dare say if you kind of slowed down and meditated, you would drift off to sleep, wouldn't you? If you
Yes, and I
concentrated enough.
actually was starting to do that when I was doing my things because I was starting to relax and because where I was
Yeah,
looking at the laptop so much and it was mucking about, I could feel my eyes going because I was becoming very relaxed and I thought, no, you
relaxed.
need to stay awake. And it did
It
help that
always happens at this awkward
Aura
time.
come in and smacked me around the back of the head and goes, Pups, you can't go to sleep yet. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know. Because obviously, you know what I mean? But I have not slept for 38 hours, over 38 hours, guys. I am literally,
They want you to drop your new channel.
I'll do it, guys. Thank you for being interested, honestly.
yes, please do that. So I'm going to go on to, well, I've done 12 questions. So this is the last question. So then if you guys want to ask anything, we'll just have a general chit chat, you know, that is up to you. So question number 12 is, Pups, as I get everyone to do. What advice would you give to people that are starting out a new channel or have just started a new channel? What advice would you give them to start out? How should they act? How should they be?
Okay, well, if it's, I'm just gonna say it for paranormal channel, but it kind of goes for any channel.
Yeah.
Uh, be respectful and enjoy yourself. And especially in the paranormal, remember you don't have to watch anybody. You don't have to be a member of anybody. You got to be a member to yourself and to the people that are loyal to you. Okay, but be respectful of the community. Don't do your dirty laundry out in public. I mean, drama sucks, and we don't need it in our community.
No.
Main thing for me is respect the spirit world, respect the spirits. I mean, if you're gonna be, and I have no other way to say this, but because I've seen it, a lot of different people do it. Such assholes to the spirits. You cannot tell me that you're not an asshole with everybody in real life that's around you. You need to take a stop, take a deep breath, look in the mirror, and ask yourself: is this the way I want to act? Is this the way I would treat people in my life? The way that some people treat the spirits is a shameful, shameful thing. And what if they were friends of yours? You
Yeah,
know, or what if the spirits that you're interacting with were related to the people that watch your show? You don't
yeah.
think
Yeah.
about this stuff.
It could be
Uh,
one of your ancestors, for all you know.
Yeah,
I'm not being funny, but I believe that you respect any spirit, good or bad. Okay, you know you're going
Yeah,
into a
for
location
sure.
and into a place that is not yours; it's
yes.
theirs, and you know you do not
Respect the
disrespect them. You do
spirits.
not shout at them. You do not cuss at them. You do not talk to them
Now, don't get me
like they're a
wrong.
piece of dirt.
Don't
It's
get me
just
wrong.
no, no.
Okay, don't get me wrong. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Okay,
Yeah, of course.
but in my opinion,
Yeah.
for myself, okay, respect the spirits, respect each other.
Yeah,
Don't throw each other under the bus. If you got a problem, go talk to them. But the most important thing, the very utmost number one important thing, if you're starting on your channel, don't worry about the numbers. Worry about enjoying your channel. Worry about having a good time on your channel and loving what you do. Because if you do that, you're already there, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
You've already got success. If you're loving what you're doing and you're loving your channel and you're doing what you want on your channel, no one can tell you what to do. You're doing what you want on your channel and you're loving what you're doing. You've already won, right?
yeah.
So
I agree with that.
the main thing is love your channel, love what you do, be proud of yourself, be proud of your channel, whether it's cooking, singing, uh, chasing birds with breadcrumbs. I don't care what you do, but as long as you're enjoying yourself and loving your channel, you've already won. You're already a winner. So
And
that's the
obviously, if you are somebody coming out in the paranormal, being real, okay, you don't need to. In my eyes, you don't need to fake evidence. Okay,
no,
the
no.
paranormal is very true and very real, and they're not always going to want to communicate, and they're not always going to want to do things like that. And you need to respect that. And for me, a big thing is how you speak to them.
Yeah, see,
I
there's
make a big exemption on channels and people I watch through how they treat the spirit, because that to me is a very important thing. If I see
yeah,
someone cussing them
Yeah,
out and being
definitely.
disrespectful, you lose my faith. I'm sorry, but you do, because I
yeah,
don't treat spirits like that.
At the end of the day,
I've
it's
been
about
face to
them.
face with some very
Mhm.
negative energies and some very nasty mouthed energies, yeah, but I will still respect them.
Be
Yes, I don't let
respectful.
them walk over me, but I would never ever sit there and cuss their ass out because I know what they could be capable of. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just be respectful to them.
well,
It's not about, it's about the spirit. It's about trying to help that spirit, no matter what
Yeah,
dark, angry or whatever. If you come across an angry spirit, there's nothing better than calming that spirit down and
no,
eventually getting its name. You
yeah,
so rewarding.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's nicer to help the spirit, calm them down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people are so afraid. Oh well, I might get scratched. It's energy. A spirit is nothing but energy. Okay,
Mhm.
it's a positive energy. So anything that has a negative force, it can throw
Yeah.
Yeah,
because positive repels negative, right? So yeah, you know what? It might scratch you, or it might pick up the car and plant it on your head. To them, it's
Oh,
nothing. Okay, it's just as easy for them to toss a penny across a room as it is to toss a car across a room.
yeah.
Because all it is if they're positively charged, they go close to something negative, and guess what? It flies. You
Yeah.
know,
yeah,
if they're negatively charged, they go something positively charged. Guess what? It flies. Right? Simple as.
It's their
So
home as well. You've got to always remember it.
yeah.
You're walking
And
into
that's what I
their
say to everyone all
home.
the time. It's their place, their home, their way. You know, you wouldn't want someone to come in your home and start talking to you or disrespecting you in that way. So don't do it in their place
No.
and just
yeah,
be
no,
respectful. You know,
be respectful. See, another thing that I like to do whenever I go out to spare, especially buildings and stuff, and out in the fields, but if I go to a place where I know there's been prisoners, or there's a place where maybe people were trapped before, or a place where there was a lot of hunger, okay? But I take it, but no matter where, but think about this. If you go to a place and you start asking questions and trying to get information, say like an old jail, okay?
yeah,
Yeah, you're going to get some bad responses, you're going to get some good responses and everything else. Now, if you go back to that same jail and you bring some oranges for food and drink for the spirits, and you put out some water, maybe some tobacco, and say, I give you this out of respect for energy, so you guys can have this energy. One, they won't drain your batteries as bad. Two,
Yeah.
they're not going to drain you as bad because they can take all the energy they want from that substance that you gave them. Because that energy that you put out is love, and love is the most powerful of all energies, right? So the spirits can soak that shit
Yeah.
up, right?
I do agree with that.
They'll soak that
And
up. And on top of that, now they're going to be more apt to give you even more evidence because you've showed them respect.
yeah,
Yes.
and that is what they want mainly, isn't it?
It is.
Respect and to be acknowledged. And Jacqueline, I know exactly what you're saying because I've been hearing it for the last 5 minutes. I don't know if it's coming from Drew's or if it's coming from Pups, but there is this weird
That's Timber talking.
sort of noise and stuff going
Timber.
on.
That's
I
Timber.
know that I've got a certain energy here.
Sparkles
It's
calm
not
down.
spirit. It's not spirit. It's something else.
Yeah, I've
And I
heard.
can feel him around at the minute.
I've heard Timber yakking away a few times over at Drew's.
He's probably been calming Sparkle down because she's been restless the full night and she's
Yeah,
finally
he
asleep.
keeps getting up and having a look about like at the minute.
Yeah.
Fireworks
Probably
over here,
came
guys.
calm
The dog
the dog.
bloody ate it, poor things.
But you know, guys, what I,
Sparkle.
you know, the things I do, the things I say, the things that I feel, it's none of this is telling you guys this is what you should do or this is what you shouldn't
No.
do. Bullshit. Okay, you do what you want to do. I'm just explaining what I do, and if you feel like adapting some of the stuff I say, fantastic. Knock yourself. If you don't want to, I really don't. That's up to you, right? I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying what I do from my
No,
own
but
experience.
you're guiding us to for the
Yeah.
best way to survive in this
Everybody's
field.
different, aren't they?
Yeah,
Everybody does their own way of
and they
investigating
should.
that. And
Yeah.
you should, because you should. We're all individually different, and we all individually think different and work different. The only thing that is really important is just to make sure you respect them when you go there. That's all you know what I mean? Like,
You know, that's my opinion too, but some people aren't of that opinion. Well, that's up to you. But see, that's the thing. That's where it comes down to choice. For me, and this is just speaking from my own opinion. This is not from the girls, okay, guys. This is just from me. If I go to a channel and I see that they are very disrespectful to the spirits, I don't hang out there. I don't watch the channel because it makes me upset. Okay. If I go to a channel and there's drama, guess what? I'll go there for 5 minutes. If it doesn't stop, I'm out the door, right? Because I can't stand drama, right? But that's my choice. My choice is I don't have to be there. I can go to someone else's channel, right? It's your channel. You do what you want to do. Just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean that other people don't like it, right? But I'm just speaking from my own personal way. You know, you got a hell of a better chance of me watching your stuff if you're respectful to the spirits and you keep drama to a minimum.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, everybody's got their own thing, and I'm okay with that. You know, but just straight up honestly, I don't watch disrespectful to spirits, and I don't watch drama, and everybody knows that. You know, it's not a new surprise to anyone.
and I've always
I actually get really upset if I hear people talk to the spirits bad. I actually cry
So do I.
sometimes if I hear it. It actually makes me that upset. I actually cry because I
Well,
really
that's-
do.
and
I did a few days ago.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. What you got to do then is be respectful to yourself and do what makes you feel good. And if don't worry about, oh well, you're supposed to be this, you're supposed to be that, you're supposed to be no. What you need to worry about is what's going to make you feel good. Okay.
Yes.
And if watching this kind of stuff makes you sad, walk away from it. Simple as. Because you don't need that stress and that sorrow and that pain put onto you. There's no reason you have to be there. There's no law saying you got to watch that shit, right? You're an adult. You don't like that shit.
I'm just going to nip up for the charger for this laptop. Just
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I get what you're saying, Pups. Like I understand that some people do like to provoke them a little bit, and that like there's provoking, but then there's being downright disrespectful,
Right.
and really, really stepping over the line.
Right, exactly.
That really frustrates me, and that's when I do walk away. You won't
Yeah,
hear
like
nothing from me. I won't talk to
sometimes
you. I
people
just
provoke, and it's okay because even the provoking, they're still being respectful, even though they're provoking.
no, that's what I'm saying. But like people with
Once you cross
provoking
that
is
line,
okay. They're not sitting there cussing them out, calling them names, doing this, doing that, doing whatever. You know what I mean? They're doing something to make them respond. But when you're doing it to a point that you're cussing their ass out and you're
and
calling them
threatening,
really nasty names, I can't stand that.
yeah, when you're cussing them out and threatening them, that's gone too far.
No, that yeah, definitely.
So
I can handle provoking. I can
yeah,
handle that because like you said, it is respectful still. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're egging them on a little bit, but you're being respectful still. But when you're sitting there
That's
cussing
totally
their
different.
asses out
Mhm.
and you're being disrespectful and you're calling them names and you're saying all this horrible stuff, would you talk to your own family members like that? So who are you to go and do that to them? Okay, would you want someone to talk to your family like that? No.
yeah,
So that
and that's
gets
the
my
thing.
goat up.
That's the thing.
Especially if it's somewhere where you think there's young spirits, and I'm not saying
And young spirits as well, yeah.
And you know, the thing that bothers me the most about it is when you do that and you do finally cross over. If you really believe in the spirits and you're really investigating because you want to find evidence, and you're going to act like that to the spirits while you're alive, when you cross over, you're going to have to answer to them.
Yeah.
And don't think that they have to come after you now. They can just wait at the door for you when you cross over.
Yeah, bide their
Now,
time.
what are you going to do when some spirit that you've said to them, uh, "I'm going to go after you, your family, and your little dog too," and you're threatening them? What do you think they're going to be doing when you pass over? Where do you think they'll be standing? They'll be going, "Well, okay, let's go, buddy." Right? So,
No, sweetheart. Let me go back up so I can see what you wrote. Hang on. The what about the mic? Oh, hang on. About the mic. Trying to find where it was.
I had to let her out before she barked.
Like how earlier? Because there's loads and loads of writing, sweet. Would you be able to write it in the room again so we've got it?
whispers into the mic.
What is it?
Yeah, I've
I
heard them
see the
too.
bit about the mic. We was talking about that. We could hear this strange noise, and we thought it might be timber or something. And I've got a
Yeah.
character here, and your pups has always got spirits around them as well. So
I don't know what's going on, honestly.
but if you'd asked something else, and with mystics, we've been too busy talking. Just put it back into the room, guys. If you've wrote anything and we've missed it, just
Yeah, just rewrite
redo
it.
it. So I only had 12 questions for Pops. I don't want to overcrowd people with questions. I wanted it to be able to just go on from that. And you guys ask some questions. We have just a little general chit chat and
If
stuff
anyone
like
has
that.
any questions, feel free to ask.
It's okay, Lou.
I don't know where the noise is coming from. This is the minute I put this charger
Question,
on.
Danny, with your wolf
Okay.
pendum as your
Pendulum?
totem protections. Did you just buy a wolf pendant? What was that?
Hang on. I gotta wait for that static stuff, whatever that was.
What the hell's going on? Whoa! No? Oh, what is it?
No, it's good. It's your face. It's fine. Fine. Astro clear up.
Did you just buy a wolf?
Don't worry about it. It's not at your place.
I can hear it.
Make sure everybody's thing is still shut off.
I've got nothing on top. Everything's off.
Took the charger out.
I might come out. I'll go back out. Come in and go back. I'll go out and come back in. Hang on.
I think it's coming from your side. Just pop out and pop in.
Right, I'll pop it and pop back in again.
Yeah, see if there's your Facebook or something's open. Oh,
Right.
I came back on. No, it's just me. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the Daddy Show. Today we're going to talk about dancing girls and hand grenades. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, can you hear it? Is it okay now?
It's all good. It's all good. You're fine. So
I've got some strange stuff going on here, Pups, to do with a ET thing. So that's what I could hear.
yeah,
And
no,
that's why I started freaking out, because I hadn't heard his voice. And I was like,
no, you're good. There's nothing on your place.
oh dear.
Yeah,
He's somebody I'm studying him, but
yeah, it kind of had a shortwave effect, Cindy.
there's been a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I think something must have popped up in the background of Drew's computer and turned itself on. So she's just trying to find out what it was and shut it off, I think.
That was just really random because I could hear it coming through my end. That was just mad.
Yeah, that's just random. It's nothing. There's nothing at your place. You're fine. You've got too many spirits there right now. Let anything come near you, so you're fine.
Pups, seriously, there is not spirit wise. There is. You call them ETs, but they're like the flying saucer things because I'm doing research and studying in them at the minute. And I've had an experience a couple of days ago where he was here, so I know that he's here, and that was his voice.
Yeah.
That was nuts. Okay, well, I got to hear him, so thank you, whatever, going through us, whatever. And could hear talking in the background. Yeah. He is trying to communicate. I'm trying to get him to communicate and connect with me. I just didn't expect him to do it to that. It happened the other day with Dakota and that. It was doing the same thing.
Well, it's just energy.
The energy's lifting, and there's something happening over the weekend that's going to be to do with them.
Astro is doing fantastic, Abby. Thank you for asking.
Astro is awesome.
And thank you for the comment earlier, Lou. I just realized.
Let me go back up, Evie, and see if I can find what you wrote. Because I was saying to you what you'd wrote to Pups, and then somebody decided to jump in while I was doing it. So it was something about a pendant.
Oh, the wolf pendant.
Yeah. Did you get a wolf pendant or?
Actually, the wolf pendant was given to me by Shelly from Thunder Bay Paranormal. She found it and said, "Oh, this has to go to Danny." So I got that, and then of course I blessed it and everything else, and then I've been using it ever since. I took it out to the Grove and I loved it. Showed it to White Wolf, and White Wolf liked it. So I said, "You want this to be your totem pendant?" And he said, "Yeah." And then I got it blessed, and so that's where it came from. But it was given to me. So it was given to me with love and respect, which gave it a lot of energy. It was supercharged when I got it. So then I took it to the Grove and it got even more charged. And then White Wolf blessed it, which even, of course, charged more. And that's basically how I got it.
It's calmed down because Aura's standing there at the minute, blocking it all out. So it's okay. Sis, come back. Where are you, sis? Have you come back up? Where are you? There she is.
Yeah, it's
like a fan.
It's still humming.
Can you back off? I'm going to come out. You guys.
Right. The minute I plugged my charger into my laptop, that's when it started. But I've put it back out and I'll just keep it here in case it starts to beep, and then I'll just plug it in. So I don't know if it was giving something energy or no. I don't know. I never heard the voices to my end. I don't know if it was Sherry's.
No, it's coming from your computer. It's
right.
It's something near your place where that noise is coming from.
Yeah, I think it was the charger.
It's not at the house. It's at your house.
Right.
But it's something that's just
being nosy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that to Sis the other day. I says, I think if these things are around, they're just jumping in and out of people's live streams and things, probably, and just sensing everybody's energies. Because Chris in Dakota said something big's going to happen this weekend. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
What do you guys think? Do you think that this alien stuff's going to happen this weekend? I really don't know much about the alien side.
I don't. To be honest, that's actually a question I thought I might get asked.
Yeah.
When it comes to cryptic and UFO stuff, I don't have any part in it.
See, I don't either, Anna, honestly.
It's not that I don't believe, okay, because I do believe there are UFOs. I do believe there's life out there. I do believe there's other things.
Yeah.
And I do believe in Bigfoot, and I do believe in a lot of the cryptics, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not that I don't believe, but I don't get involved in it. You know, I've had...
I think there's enough things in the paranormal.
Exactly. I can't... When I was little, I said, I'm going to learn to be good at something. That one thing, and that one thing was the spirit world and the paranormal and everything else. So I put everything I've had, my entire life, everything about me, every time I wake up, every moment I breathe, I put all my energy into the spirits, into the spirit world,
Yeah.
into the paranormal world of the spirits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any energy to put it anywhere else. I don't have any strength to start searching into things like UFOs or
Yeah.
cryptic or all these other. I can't do it.
I'm much similar like that. I mean, I think there's that many different things in like ghost hunting, the different spirits, the different energies and things. There's enough. And I don't condemn anybody that wants to do a wee bit of each. I mean, that's up to them. I just feel as if there's enough to concentrate on in the paranormal. And if I learned enough, if I think I've learned enough in the field I'm already in, then I might start on another field. But I love hearing about it. I love everybody's streams about them. I love hearing all the different things.
No, it's just a problem with her computer. It's a problem with her computer. Don't worry.
I think it's just my.
But yeah, no. For where the paranormal is concerned, that takes 180% of my time.
Yeah, definitely.
And so much work into it. And I've got so many different cases. I've got a few open cases I have to close. I've got a few other investigations I never did get done.
Yeah.
You know, you got to remember, I've had been doing it. You have to do the math. I've been doing this 53 years, and I usually get about 190 cases a year.
Wow.
So times that, 190 times 53, that's how many cases I've got.
What do you find around your area, Uncle Dan? Is there a lot of elemental spirits and things around Canada area where you are? Is there a lot of that? Because I know there's a lot of like wildlife. What am I talking about? I know there's a lot of forests and woodland and things. So is it elementals and things that's in the woods up your way?
Well, there's a lot of elementals everywhere, but only a few of them show up, right?
Right.
But elementals is a big word because it encompasses a lot of things. Wood spirits, forest spirits, tree spirits, water spirits. Those all considered elementals, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could all be elementals. They could all be considered elementals, but they're really cousins to the elementals.
Right.
Right?
Right.
The elementals are mainly, like there's about 7, but I've only ever dealt with 5 elementals, okay? There are a couple other elementals, but I've never dealt with them because they've never been a part of anything that I do, right? So, for me, there's fire, earth, wood, air, and water. That's it. Those are the 5 elementals, okay? Now, some people say there's a metal elemental, but metal is not a pure elemental. It's still an elemental, yes, but it's only an elemental because fire and water and earth produced it. Right? It took those 3 things to make the element in the first place. Right? So, yes, it's an elemental, but it's not one that I work with. You know, and do I respect it as an elemental? Of course I do. You know, but it's not one of my elementals. Right?
Right.
Everybody has different elementals too, right? So it's not one that
Yeah.
I work with often, right?
Right.
But they're all related either way. You know what I mean? Like everything elemental wise is related. Everything from tree spirits to fairies to, you know, like fairies are a type of elemental. Now
Yeah, definitely.
no one's gonna say a fairy is an elemental because in retrospect it's not, but it is part of that family.
Yeah,
Right?
they are.
So I mean
Hello, Tim.
there's so many things you can look at as saying it's elemental when it's really not a base element. And that's the difference. There's base
Right.
elementals, right? There's base elementals, and then there's the circle of elementals that go around the base, right? In my opinion only. So no one give these girls any trouble. This is just my opinion. There's the elemental circle around the base elementals, right? And they're just as important, you know. They're just as important. So, but that's just my opinion. I mean,
I work with like elemental and fairies anyway, so
yeah. Well, of
one
course you.
part of my fate our faiths in that anyway. So yeah,
Hey,
they
UFO
are.
man, how you going?
Hello,
Well,
Tim.
yeah.
How are you, sweetheart?
Is that
Well,
better now?
but now
With the
when it comes to answer the question, when it comes to the UFO, okay, and those type of things, I certainly believe in them, 100%. I
yeah.
certainly do. I certainly have zero time to do anything about it. Okay, nothing. However, I think it is a very, very crucial thing and something that really needs to be looked at and something that really needs to be studied. And my hats are off to the people that jumped into that side of the field because we need more evidence. We need more
Yeah.
study. We need more proof, right? But that burden is on the people in that field, not me. Right? My
Right.
burden is the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Cryptos. Okay? How can I say I don't believe in cryptos when I've dealt with everything from skinwalkers to wendigos? I mean, those are all cryptos, right? And people say, oh, one good one I heard is wendigos only came up 100 years ago to defend somebody that was drunk or some bullshit. And I started laughing. I said, no, silly ass. Actually, crypto, a lot of the cryptos, and that's why crypto actually became true, because the cryptos are not intertwined with the spirit.
Right.
The Wendigo, the Spirit Walker, the Spirit Chaser, Shifter, the Dogman, the Black Dog, those are all connected with the spirits. And they were never, they were all of them, every one of them,
Right.
up to about 150 years ago, were all called one thing, in between.
Right.
In betweens, okay? Sasquatch was called an in between. All
Right.
these things were all one thing at one time called an in between. It wasn't until 100 years ago where they started to separate what type of in between. So, okay, Sasquatch, it doesn't change from being a Sasquatch to Sasquatch. Maybe it's a shift changer. Maybe when you're following the prints, all of a sudden there's nothing. It's because it turned into a bird and flew away. Who knows? But
Exactly.
but there's no proof of that, right?
Right.
So it's an in between, but it's gonna have its own name and everything else. And this is just an example, guys. It's not exactly right. Okay, because Sasquatch and Yetis and all of them have been here for hundreds and hundreds of years. But
Yeah.
they were considered in Canada and in the States as in-betweens, right?
Right.
But see, all these different in-betweens got their own categories. So there's a lot of crypto, Loch Ness Monster, all these other things. They were all considered in-betweens, but now they've got their own sort of categories.
Yeah, they're in wee categories. It's amazing the amount of things that people have found out, though, in the last 10 years. It's amazing the different evidence that people have got for the internet coming out.
Yeah, but that's because people are open to it now.
Yeah.
So they're
Sure,
searching.
much like the spirits.
And all these people, all these wonderful people are saying, look, I got 100% belief in the UFOs, and damn it, I'm going to prove it. And all these wonderful people are going, hey, we need to bring this to the public forum. We need to prove this. If we're right, we need to prove it. So they're looking for proof, right? You got all these people for the cryptoids, same thing. We need proof. We need to prove this because we believe this 100%. So we're going to prove it, right?
Yeah.
We need this. This is a very necessary.
It's amazing that they've figured out all the different species and things of the different cryptoids as well. I mean, as you said, they were all called the one name at one point.
Yeah, they were all one thing at one point, and then 3 or 4 people got together, and I don't know who they were. But
I'm okay.
There was spiritualists, there was a cryptoidist, there was a naturalist, whatever. There was a UFOist. There was a group of people basically that said, wait, this kind of belongs to what I'm doing. This kind of belongs to what I'm doing. This kind of belongs to what I'm doing. And eventually everything started to go into different categories. Yeah. Right? And then until like 60 years ago, even 60 years ago, if you believe in the spirits, locked up, you're nuts. If you believe in UFOs, if you believe in UFOs, guess what? Locked up, you're nuts.
I think one of the guys that actually
guess what? Locked up, you're nuts.
I think they did actually get locked up. One of the abductees that came home, didn't they? They were away for ages, and then they ended up took into some sort of lab thing and prodded.
Yeah, but
that's people didn't believe them.
But that's what I'm saying. Each one of these categories are very, very important, and they really do need good people studying them, giving us true evidence and good evidence that they believe in. Okay, now 20 years from now, I might be saying, "Oh well, what did this? What this wasn't exact." Blow out your ass. You believe you got good evidence. You believe your evidence is true. You stand by your evidence, then you show everybody your evidence. That's what I say. Right?
Yes, sure.
That's what I say. If you believe in your evidence and you're standing by your evidence, by God, share your evidence. Share it with everybody. Because the ufology, I love it, right? But I've got no time at all for it. I can't even focus on that for 5 seconds because as soon as I do, spirits are saying something over here and I got to drag my attention back to there, right? So
definitely. There's plenty of people out there doing brilliant research anyway,
for me personally, and only for me, right? I can't get involved so much in the UFO or the cryptoids or anything else just because of what I do all the time, right? Mm-hmm. That does not take away at all one freaking iota how important it is for these people to get out there and get us the evidence, right?
Yes.
That's their job, not my job, okay? My job is to do what I do and help where I can and do whatever I can for everybody, and that's it. That's my job. Right? And I take it very seriously, just like the ufologists take it seriously, just like people looking for Bigfoot take it seriously, as you should. They're not playing games, right?
Yeah, because they're all beings.
But it's beyond my capability to do anything about. Okay? But my hat's off.
I just don't know enough about it all, and it's interesting listening to everybody, especially UFO man and things that I've no long discovered. It's amazing the amount of things that's out there.
I've watched a few from UFO. I've watched a few from different people. You know me, I'm the biggest lurker. But
I think I am as well. It's because I don't know what I'm talking about, so I just tend to watch and no comment. That's what my problem is. I don't know enough about it to comment.
Yeah, and well, like I say, it's very important work, and I'm very proud of these guys for stepping up and saying this is what I believe in, because that takes strength.
Some of the evidence is undisputable, though. I mean, think of the evidence way back in the 70s, and it's only now just getting looked at and recognised. It's crazy.
Yeah.
With me, I have always been paranormal. I am paranormal, but I am ufology as well. I do really like ufology because I have had a personal experience where I was actually taken for an hour and a half by an object that I cannot explain. And I have been having weird things happening recently. I'm seeing lights and stuff, but I am paranormal. but I am ufology as well and crypto. That's why I've got my company. I do believe in every single aspect, but my main aspect is my paranormal, and it is starting to be the ufology as well now. Like,
Yeah,
it's
and you know what? That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome that you're doing that, because why not?
I'm following what happened to me. Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Like, I won't say to anybody I was abducted because I didn't see the aliens. Okay, but then they wipe your mind and stuff like that sometimes. But I know I see the alien aircraft. I know what happened. That we'd lost an hour and a half of time. Okay, and it's
Mhm.
always made me wonder where I went and how I ended up one side of the road to the other without even driving the car or doing anything. You know,
Hey, Beth.
it was
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
So for my reasons, that's why I do it, and because I do see things, and I do have regular visits from them.
Well, yeah.
I have had dreams where they have turned up and took me into the light and
And
come
and
out
that's what
being
I'm saying.
nasty.
If you have experience, if you have knowledge of it, if it's something that is part of you for whatever
Mm,
reason, then yes, you need to explore it. You need to get answers for yourself,
I do,
right?
because it still baffles me today, and it was like 5-6 years
Exactly.
ago. It still
So
baffles me.
so you should be
Yeah,
trying to find out stuff about that. You should be. And and I mean, hats off to you. Go for it. Simple as.
that does not mean that I'm coming away from the paranormal, guys, because paranormal has always been my number one. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm always going to be an investigator of the paranormal. I'm always going to communicate with the spirits. I'm always going to do that. That is who Sherry is. But Sherry is just taking another path as well.
Maybe want us to recognise these
Yeah.
species as
At
well.
least you were called a devil worshiper because your name on YouTube. Hey, hit that right, Woody.
I mean, some, do you ever think the
But
spirit maybe see things that we don't see, so they know that these beings are around? So maybe the spirits are trying to encourage us to do these things, you know?
hey,
To
anything's
be honest,
possible.
I believe that they're all connected in a way. Okay, like aliens are not as alienified as what you guys think. They are very. Some of them are very much like us, and
Yeah, I think
they're all
so.
living. They're all living things. They're things that exist. You know what I mean? We're all one, even them. So you know, I do, because I've been on spirit boxes and I've had spirits come through and I've heard aliens coming through. Okay, they all come from the same plane, the
I
same.
think the necrophoric is
They
bad for
travel
it.
on the ley line. You know what Pups talks about, the ley line and everything. They all travel through those dimensions, and that's how they come back and forth. And
Yeah. hmm
you know,
The
Anytime.
necrophoric is definitely known for it. And I think sometimes when I'm doing my streams and I don't recognise certain voices and they come through really, really staticky and things, I think we need to recognise a wee bit more that it might not just be spirit. And then my computer just moved.
Yeah, see, for me, I'll have that where I'll have a very staticky connection. And
Computer
from my
moved.
experience, I've not had a UFO connection yet. I'm not saying I won't or that, I haven't, but to my acknowledgement, I haven't had a UFO connection. Have I seen some shit? Oh, yeah. But again, I can't, I don't have time to investigate it, right? But, I've had where statics come through and someone's talking through and everything else. But through talking through them, I find out they're in an old bunker in the war zone, still talking on one of those old ham radio type things, right?
Wow.
So, and I've had things like that happen. Okay. I've never had where static things happen and the voices come through and they've said anything other than they're from a different time period.
Right.
I've never had
yeah,
one say I'm a UFO or even hint at being a UFO. Now, if one does, I'm going to pay attention and speak to them, obviously.
of course.
That's maybe just because they know that you've got other spirits there and they know that there's other people who'll give them the attention,
I think
though.
so too. I think so too.
Yeah.
They're very intelligent,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
They
I
are.
think
They're
they
very
probably know
intelligent
the
in their
people.
equipment and in everything that they do. The thing is they'll communicate with any of you, but if you don't give them that reason to, then they won't. You know what I mean? You've got
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
acknowledge that they're there, and you've got to want to communicate with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Like, and that's with me. I know they're there. 100% believe in them.
yeah,
yes.
Okay, 100%.
and believe
And
me,
I
they're watching
and
all
I
of you.
150% believe we need people investigating it. You know,
Yeah,
I I can't stress enough how important that is. Okay. Thing is, for me, it's not in my ball field. That's all. Right.
No,
Yeah.
you are,
I
but you're
love
an
hearing about it,
investigator of
but
the paranormal, and it's not for everybody. It isn't for everybody. But believe me when I say that we're all watched and they know what we're all doing. Okay,
yeah, I believe
we're
that.
all going. All this stuff that's changing in this world, all this stuff that's going to happen. They're meant to come back. They're meant to do this. They're meant to do. We're all going to experience this. We're all going to be affected by this
Yeah,
because they're not. They're like
they're
it's
fed
been
up
made.
being in the
Yeah, it's been
background.
made aware for years and years and years that
Okay, brother.
that
Dude.
they're meant to be dangerous. They're meant to want to end this world. There are good and bad in them as well, just as there is in spirit world. But a lot of them that come here are actually trying to help us. They're trying to help the planet.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Debbie. Can I answer Debbie? Yeah, Debbie. Ley lines have been mapped.
Yeah,
Probably about 30% of them have been mapped. A good place to start with your map, if you want to map it for yourself, a good place is Stonehenge, right?
yeah.
Because 12 of them intersect through Stonehenge. Okay. Stonehenge, the big mystery. I know what it's all about. What a mystery.
Stonehenge is one of the most powerfulest energy
Yeah.
places ever, and not just for spirits. That even for UFOs, there is a lot of things that go.
I know what Stonehenge is all about. What we do. It's not that.
If we ever win the lottery, we're going to Stonehenge, sis. Right? I will
Well,
pick you up in
definitely.
a limousine.
We've
Okay?
got it.
We'll pick Toby up, you up, and we'll go to Stonehenge. And
You
I'll
know?
send a plane for you, Uncle Danny.
Okay. Save that for me.
Yes.
But yeah, so like that's the thing. But anyway, in closing about all that, just to sum that up, my hats are off to anyone that investigates UFO or any other paranormal dimension, any cryptodes, all that kind of stuff. Mr. McKenzie, say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
That is another language. That is not spirit. Guys,
I'll tell you what it's
away.
like.
Step away from the camp. Step away.
I know what it's saying. I hear what it's saying. What stage is the moon in right now?
Isn't it waning or something?
Yeah.
It's just going. It's not full moon. It's the start.
Yeah, but it's right at the solstice, right?
Yeah.
I know what's going on with that. Okay. I've seen that before a long time ago. Hey, Sam, how you going?
There is this special thing that's been going on that's meant to be affecting stuff as well. That is to do with ufology as well, though. There's a big thing over this weekend. It's you'll see it on Dakota and Chris's stream.
Well, not only that,
this massive big experiments being done all around the world to do with you.
And don't forget that the wave from that giant asteroid that just missed the planet a week ago.
That as well. That is another reason that's all involved in it.
That's also that also caused waves and stuff. So,
but there is an electroplasma something that's meant to be hitting to do with them.
But anyway, answer Drew.
Someone's trying to communicate.
I've heard grave fires twice.
I can hear it. I can hear you. Okay, calm down.
I'm breathing, sir. Relax. Slowly. You're too fast. All right,
Sorry, mute a minute.
yeah, it's pushing energy. That's why it's doing it. It's that's all it is.
Adriana, it's from you somehow. Yeah, well, at first it was jumping up from here. Now it's on Drew's thing, and we are both like going into a lot of UFO shows and talking about spirits and talking about UFOs and talking about weird stuff going on with the planet in both areas, ghosts and we like to call them ETs. Okay, they find you calling them the A word can be quite offensive. They don't like it. So
But at any rate, yes, I believe in all of it, you know. But like I say, my hat's off to anyone studying it because it is important.
And I've been having strange stuff this week.
I don't ever want anyone to think or to say that I don't believe in them because I certainly do. You know, no two ways about it.
I know that you do. You've said it before that you believe in them. It's just you're too busy and you're
just can't.
In what you do.
I can't.
Yeah.
Nothing I can do about it.
Guys, you need to calm down. Come away. Please come away. Come away. That's it. Come away. Come away. Come away.
Are you staying on the Levi?
No, darling, this is nowhere near a highway. This is something else. This is not a highway or anything.
Okay. Levi transmission.
They're using some wavelength to communicate.
Well, we're near a highway, not
and let me connect you. Can you hear my voice? Yeah. Can you hear my voice? Come away from Drew's camera, please. Come away. Let me come out and see if it'll calm down if there's just two people on there. I'm in the room. It's just because every time I'm trying to load to come in, it's taking ages to come back in. Guys! No, there is no spirit box on. There's no spirit box. It's them up there. I'm telling you. There's my bad thing going on. It's adore here. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's something that's got to be worked on. We'll check and look into it later.
Well, this is fun and eventful, isn't it, guys? Literally. Literally, she's been like, we've been speaking and stuff like that. It's been absolutely fine. And then as soon as we started talking about them, all this static started coming through. It's like, whoa, we're being talked about. It's like that. Yeah, don't worry, guys. We're not going crazy, and neither are you. Okay, don't worry. And I don't know where that word came from. Literally, something just popped in my head, and I said it, and I don't know. Something's strange going on. I can't even work it out myself. My head's baffled. I don't get it. It was still there at first when you left, and then it calmed down when I said that weird word. It's something to do with them, sis, because we've been communicating, because we've been talking about them and stuff like that. It's affecting. It was me first. It was doing it to my Bix. When I come out, you both stopped when I was sat in the channel, and now it's doing it to you.
Well, I'll recheck it out after.
Weird.
I'll check it out, the mics and everything else.
A lot of people are saying that they've been having problems with that. Like anyone that's doing all the ufology, and then all of us have been having problems with our streams.
Hey, Auntie, I definitely heard them say Greyfriars a couple of times. I heard them.
Yeah, I heard a Greyfriars, but then I could hear another language. I could hear something that wasn't spirit.
I heard the ley lines. I heard a couple other things. So I'll check it out after.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll investigate it from my side, and you check it out, investigate it from your side, because there's.
Well, when I first come off of here, it was still doing it. It was still going static, even though I wasn't in the on the chat on the thing. It was still doing a weird noise, and then now poor Drew's got it on her thing, and it ain't going away. Hello, Anita, darling. Hello, Age of Dark. Is that Age of Darkness? Is that the code, or is that Chris?
So it must be, but I don't know if it's. That's the problem. I can't tell who it is. If it's.
I could tell that there was a language in there that is not spirit. I could hear it, because I've been having these experiences for the last couple of days. When I had this experience with this ET, it was like that language. And I could hear him talking.
Okay.
Strange stuff going on. Right, let's go back to the show.
Anyway, that was fun. But yeah, so if you need to get a hold of me, or if anyone wants to visit my channel, feel free. If I can, I try to help people out when I can. Once in a while, once in a while, I'll help somebody out. If I feel energetic. But so, any other questions or anything you want to ask?
Anybody wanting to do any questions, guys? We do apologise for the noise in that.
Hi, Misty. Hi, Chris.
I've just started speaking some weird language as well, Chris, and I don't even know what. It just popped in my head when something was going on, and it seemed to calm it down. It was really weird. Hello, Misty Mountain. How are you, darling? And Drew's got some stuff really badly going on her end now. It started with me and went on to her. And I have got somebody here. But guys, my Pups is into the paranormal. And if you're new and you don't know of his channel, please go over and check on him, because he's absolutely amazing. He's got some amazing videos up. He's been in this field for a very, very long time. And he's a true inspiration. So if you've got anything to ask him, please ask in the room.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Timber's been there all night. Hey, Gyro.
Don't be sorry, sis. It wasn't you at first. It was me on my end at first. Then it went to you. Don't be sorry. It's not your fault. It's just communication. It's no different to communicating with a spirit, is it, sweetheart? So, and there is a big thing happening tomorrow. And I have been watching the video to do with UFOs before I come on here. And maybe that's why. I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad that he's there with you, Drew. Good old Timber. It is Vern Kilberg. Something is coming tomorrow. Yeah, there's something coming now. The activity in my place is just completely gone up. Well, we do choose to have some weird careers, don't we? Certainly.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it as well, Chris. Literally. I had that astro projection thing and I've been seeing it all day today. That's why I was speaking to Dakota. And hearing their voices and stuff is, but it's just this weird word come out of my mouth and I don't know where it come from at all. Somebody probably wondered what the hell I was saying, but it just like, he's like, yeah, okay. Paul Pups interview. Well, it has to be special, doesn't it? So it was. Pups' interview was special because he got interrupted by something.
Well, Lou, the one thing that I do when I want to increase my own spiritual energy is it's basically like meditation. It's I sit back and
You'll have to listen to it because it was just the minute of that moment. It literally just come out because I was panicking because I couldn't hear anything. If you listen to the video, you'll hear what I said. I can't even explain what the language is, and I would not be able to tell you the language again. It just happened. It's like something came in, whatever. And there is something here. And there has been something here for about 2 days.
Yeah, so Lou, like I was saying, the best thing that I do when I need to recharge or if I want to stretch my energies is I sit, relax, and I just say in my head a couple of times, show me what I need to see, right? Show me what I need to learn. And just close your eyes and don't really just believe in what you're hearing, like let them speak to you. Believe that you're going to hear your instructions. And that's the hard part is because so many different people and paranormal and all the other places always go, well, did I just hear that or did I make that up? No. The only way you can build your own energy, your own spirituality, is you must listen to the spirit. So you say, Spirit, please tell me if there's anything I need to know or anything that can help me grow, right? And then sit back and listen, right? And it comes down to believing in yourself and believing in if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in what you can do, you don't believe in your own energy, how can the spirits believe in you, right? It's a two-way street. You have to believe in them and they have to believe in you. So when you ask questions, you have to listen, and the real question is it that do you believe in them? That's not the real question. The real question is, do you believe in yourself and what you've heard? And that's the hardest part I found throughout my career is, do I believe in myself? Do I believe what I heard? Do I believe what I know? Okay. That's the main hurdle for anyone, for any gifts, for anything. Do I believe in myself? Do I believe in what I heard? Do I believe in what I've seen? That's the key. Self-belief is so important because the more you believe in yourself, the more the spirits are going to talk to you and the more you will in turn believe in them.
Yeah. Oh yes, Sherry, I can see him. Yeah, no, I know he's nice. He's the one that helped me with my throat and my problems, and that he's literally here. Look, I don't know what he's here for, but he's very taken to me. My week break was interesting. UFO man. I've had a couple of experiences, and I'm having more at the minute. I can actually feel him physically making my body pulsate. It's really weird.
Very
And
well.
I've just started talking a weird language again, and I don't know why I'm doing it. Like, it's kind of creepy because it's new to me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've always been into it and I like it, but I'm used to doing this to spirits.
Okay, that's it for me. It's time for me to get off of here. Thank you for having me. I hope I was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it.
You was, Pups, most definitely. And I really, really appreciate you coming up onto the show and for having the interview. Guys, thank you for coming and supporting my pups. If you have not got him, please go over to his channel. That is Chasing Bones and Specters, guys. He's got some amazing content. He is an amazing man, and he has been in the field for 53 years almost. So he knows his stuff. And I love you, Pups, and thank you for coming up. And I'm so sorry that you got interrupted with.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Love you. Okay.
I love you.
I love you too, sweetheart. Love you, everybody. Love you, Drew. Okay, everybody. See you later.
He is absolutely amazing. I don't think he really knows what to make. Like, he believes in it, but it's new to him because it's something different, isn't it? It's not in his category. It's really, really weird. And for some reason, he's just staying here. It's really weird. I don't mind. I've told Dakota I don't mind him being here and that. He's not doing anything nasty or anything. I did say to Dakota I felt he was male. And I see him physically through my astro projection when I was out of my body. I know you have, UFO man, and I am so sorry, but I have been really, really, really busy, like, because I've just been non-stop working. And no, Chris, because I'm doing experiments and stuff. He's fine here. He's here for a reason. And I've said to Dakota that I'm going to try to get as much evidence as I can. I can deal with things on my own. That's cool. He's not hurting me. I'm fine. He's just doing some random stuff that I'm finding rather fascinating. Yeah, and it will do, guys, because there's a lot of stuff going on around this world. As Dakota and Chris had said, there's going to be some mad stuff going on to do with them. And it's heightening. I feel I feel comfortable with him being here. I do. I don't know why. I just feel a sense of feeling comfortable and safe with him here. I don't know why. I've got a lot of problems going on at the minute, Chris, and he's helping. So it was, and very random. I cannot say I've ever had that happen. Like, physically talking to me, yeah, but doing it like, it's most definitely interested me. I think I'm going to have to go back over the channel. Yeah. Ask him tonight to show you his planet. He will show you in your astro travels. I already see something that looked like a planet, Chris. It was like a purple colour. And it had these very strange, weird flowers that I'd never seen before. They were like a white and there was this pollen stuff that comes out of it. I've only seen part of it. I could ask him to show me more. There's been some strange things going on. Ufology is still very new to me. Like, even though I've always been very into it, it is very new to me in that. Yeah, he uses Drew's camera. He was doing it on mine at first, Drew, because he was doing it through me, and then he went over to you. It was absolutely nuts. Huh? Titan. Really? That's why I need people like you and Dakota to help me, Chris, to communicate with them properly. Like, I asked Dakota earlier, is there anything I could put out? And he said that some of them like chocolate. And I did notice that he was taking an interest in my chocolate. So I might try and put that out. I was saying to him, what about different stone? I've got old fossil stones and stuff and bits to do with history, Dakota was saying. So I might try and do that. And you, Timis, I need you and Tommy, most definitely. You're my number one guys along, and obviously Chris and Dakota. You're all my A team for the ufology. I do need you guys to learn me and help me to. I spoke this weird language on the channel, and I was doing it again just a minute ago. I don't know if you could hear it. I don't know. It's baffling me because I'm only used to communicating with spirit. Yes. He was 10 foot. 10 foot. Very, very pale skin. He didn't have the marking like Dakota's one had. And he had 3 fingers and he was wearing this cloak thing. And I just remember seeing it because I was laying here in my bed and I'd left my body. First, I was floating above myself and I couldn't see him. And I went to the bottom of my feet. And then I was looking at myself in the bed and I turned my head in my spirit form. And he was stood here, literally. And he was bent over and he was like watching me because I was moving around. And then he put his hand up my arm, left 3 marks here, which is starting to disappear. He left 3 marks here and went up to my throat because I've been having breathing problems for about 5 months. And for some reason it's eased and he's not left. And I don't know. I just feel a really big connection with him. And he's got this very strange shadowing on his face, Chris. It's like he's got some sort of pattern in his skin, but only in like on the side. It's really weird. 3 fingers, very long fingers. He showed me under the water and the spaceship coming up with the mountains. My head just feels like it's like a it's nuts. I'll tell you if it's anxious. Oh. Yeah. It looked purple though, Chris. Like a pale purple. I'm just baffled. Yes, hang on. So beautiful, and that is what I was seeing. It was just very more close up, and I could see these flowers, these white flowers, these very purple flowers, and there was this pollen stuff squirting out of them. Very different to here. Peaceful, very beautiful. Only the light was there for like a couple of seconds. I think he's here for a reason, Tim, because I'm going through some stuff. I think he was particularly sent for a reason. I have said to him he can leave if he wants to go, and he doesn't want to at the minute because I'm going through some stuff. It's random. There's a lot of people that could help you. Did I get it? Hang on a minute. Let me have a look at the next one. Oh my God. That does look. Like. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Let me send that one to Drew. He's like 10 foot. He's very tall. Let's split an image of him. Do you know? It's just. It's random. Hello, Millie. How are you? And that's how he looks. There is more than obviously just one of him. There is one that looks like him. That is here. But he's got no markings or anything like the one that I see on Dakota's. He is friendly. He's not nasty at all. He's not. But he's very powerful. Very, very strong. Very strong. Yeah, well, I've got somebody that must be one of his descendants that's here because he looks similar. My guy looks similar to him. And the coat, that's what I'm saying. It's like a cape sort of coat thing that he was wearing. And I was saying these weird words. I've never heard the words before. Or is it normal to feel like you're going crazy? I think it's because I'm still trying to process it all. I've seen a lot of things this week that, you know, once it was just the fact that I'd had this experience with a spaceship, and now I'm seeing beings. Oh, bless. Yeah. And you know, I've always been paranormal. I've always believed in it. Like I said, like back in the day, like I've never not believed in ufology, but I was very skeptical until I had my experience. And there's just been a lot of stuff going on recently, and a lot more since going into yours and Tommy's streams, into Chris's and Dakota's. It just seems to be happening a lot more. And maybe it is because that was how they were going to get me. They wanted me to be in with people that understand it more. Yeah, I just feel really overwhelmed, sweetheart. I feel like I want to cry. Yeah, and he's not nasty at all. He's not. Love you, Tim. Thank you. But Tim and Tommy are my 18 men, okay? Like, literally, they are absolutely amazing, okay? And I know that they're going to learn me and stuff, but then I've got Chris and Dakota as well. So I've got 4 very educated guys that I'm going to definitely be bringing up onto a stream together. We need to do that. I think some really interesting stuff could go on, and have myself and my sis up, Drew. Maybe we'll get some interference again like we did today. That's really random because I've not had that on my really weird. Love and light, Tim, darling. Are you live tonight? Nobody's live tonight? No? Right, I'm going to come off of here. Guys, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me on Messenger. But thank you so much for supporting my pups and coming onto his stream. And he's an absolutely awesome man. If you've not had him, please go and look him up. That is Danny from Chasing Bones and Specters. Okay? So please, please, please come over and support him. He's absolutely amazing. I'm going to play out the intro in the 30-second countdown. And then that will be the end of the show. So lots of love, light and blessings. Hello, Dr. Death. Tea time. I'd love a cup of tea, actually. I'm literally dying for a cup of tea. And I haven't actually eaten yet either, so lots of love and light and blessings. And thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. Be safe, be real, and stay spooky. Remember that when you go to sleep, those spirits creep, and they're always around you. And we will see you real soon. And thank you, angels, for coming in. Love and light. And we hope you enjoyed the stream. Sis Drew, thank you for coming up. Pups, love you. Thank you for being here and having the interview with us. And don't forget, guys, to tune in to Chris and Dakota tomorrow on Bold and Bonkers. And they have got some amazing stuff going on. So until then, over and out, and see you very, very soon. Yes, Drew's show on Monday as well, guys. Don't forget it.
Hello, and welcome to Paranormal World Investigators Research Division, shortened PWIRD. I'm a practicing white witch and shaman, and I have been investigating for over 20 years. This channel is made to talk about all things paranormal, supernatural, of the occult, demonic information, UFOs, and much more of the strange and the unknown. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell to see more of this channel. And we will see you very soon. Thank you.